After lunch, we headed over to the Nuyorican Cafe, and we didn't really know what to expect. The Nuyorican Cafe is a legendary venue for slam poetry. When Annie and I walked into the cafe, we got this really great energy from the atmosphere in the venue.
So we're here at the Nuyorican in the Lower East Side. We're talking to the executive director, Daniel Gallant, and he's kind enough to sit down with us and talk about this Performance Arts Center. It's a not-for-profit organization, correct? And can you tell us a little bit of background about the space and what you guys do here?
Yes, the Nuyorican was started 37 years ago in an apartment.
Wow.
Miguel Algarin, Miguel Pinheiro, and Pedro Pietri, and a collection of other playwrights and poets, most of them Puerto Rican, began this organization to try to find a way to turn poetry into something that lived off of the written page, that could be performed and spoken, and that really reflected the lives of a lot of New Yorkers who didn't feel that poetry and other literary arts really spoke for them. And over the years, the Nuyorican has become a home for poetry, for theater, for music, for film, and for education. We have events almost every night and a lot of afternoons here as well. We're probably best known for our poetry slams that take place on Friday nights and our open mics on Wednesday nights. And then we also have Latin jazz every Thursday, some Saturdays as well. And we have a lot of events that give performers, particularly spoken word performers, their first opportunity to get up on a stage and perform their own work.
Cool. All right, you heard it here. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Daniel.
I would recommend the Nuyorican to anyone who's interested in exploring arts and culture in New York City that's sort of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
I think we're on our way right now to FAO Schwartz.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to play with dolls there. I'm really excited. I really like the dolls.
And I want to be on the big piano, like in the movie Big.
If you visit New York City, you have to visit FAO Schwartz. It's the best toy store in the country.
Go party.
Whoa, looks like okay, that might not help, but that's that.
Okay, so I'm a first grade teacher, and my first graders would die for this because we're reading a story about Spot, and I didn't even know they make these dolls, but this is adorable. It seems like they have everything in here.
The large piano inside the toy store is probably the most iconic toy in the entire store. It was featured in the movie Big with Tom Hanks, and we got to be Tom Hanks for the day and play on the piano.
And it's raining.
Now that's cool. Tell the upbeat. 1 and 2 and 3
And 4 and 5
There
and
you
6
go. All
and
right.
7 and 8.
Thank you for coming.
And there's people behind me.
Welcome to the Awesome 80s Prom. I'm Nick Fender. Come on in.
The 80s Prom is a really great way to end our night in New York City. The Awesome 80s Prom is a really unique and fun experience. It wasn't just an off-Broadway show, it was an interactive show.
Awesome 80s Prom.
I felt like I had stepped into a John Hughes movie. Like, seriously, I was Molly Ringwald in Pretty in Pink.
This is something that I would definitely, I've never heard of this before, ever. I've never heard of Awesome 80s Prom, but it's something that had I heard about, I totally would have come here.
The cast was fantastic. They stayed in character the entire time, and they were really talented, and I felt like I was actually in the 80s.
I also have a whistle. Should I notice any making out? Okay? And I need you kids this far apart. This far apart in the pelvic area at all times at prom, okay?
There was really great 80s music playing throughout the entire show, and it really made us want to get up and dance. The cast was awesome, the show was awesome. I would completely recommend going to the Awesome 80s Prom. Being up in Syracuse, it can get very monotonous. Sometimes there's not a whole lot to do to change it up. So I would definitely recommend taking a weekend trip into New York City. It's a blast.